Let's talk gold because 2 years ago, to set the context, we spoke it was 1,700. We're speaking today, we're over $2,600.
And it's just beginning.
And it's just beginning.
Yeah, yeah. I think gold's got a long way to go. And I've never made a prediction on the price of gold, but I do believe it's going a lot higher. Now, let me give you an example of why I believe that. And this is the part that most people refuse to accept when they're shown the facts. So let me give you some facts, okay? If we're sitting here, it's 1971, and you're interviewing me in 1971, and I said, Daniela, gold's going to go up 27-fold in the next 10 years. I made that prediction. Or we're sitting here and it's 2001, and I said, Daniela, gold's going to go up 8-fold in the next 10 years. Would you believe me? Would anybody watching this have believed that gold would make a 27-fold move or an 8-fold move in just a decade? Of course not. So if someone were to say to you today, gold in 10 years will be 14,000 an ounce or 46,000 an ounce, or pick a number, you would go, that's insane. It will never happen. That's too big a number. But it does happen. Those kind of increases happen. And what people mostly miss, that it's not the gold price that's going up. It's that the currency that it's measured against is collapsing. And let me give you 3 examples. Argentina. In 3 years, gold's gone up 15-fold in peso terms. Okay, so if you were an Argentinian and you have pesos in your bank account, gold will have gone up 15-fold against your peso in a period of 3 years. Turkey went up 10-fold in 3 years. So you had Turkish lira and you were buying gold, it went up 10-fold. Japan, the 3rd largest economy in the world, it's doubled in 3 years. Okay, and now finally, gold is moving against the dollar, US dollar, or should I say the dollar is going down against gold. It's finally happening, and it's got, in my opinion, it has a very long way to go. And you have to think about in terms of what happens when a currency starts to fail. And if you're sitting in America today, you can't envision US dollar failing. It's just like, it's bizarre. It's just impossible. It will never happen. But it happens all the time throughout history. It will be just one more of a series of fiat currencies that were destroyed through debt and money printing. You can't play this game forever. So I think gold's got a long way to go, and nobody believes it yet. And the pricing has moved now from the west to the east. China's the marginal buyer now. And so all the manipulation that we talked about that was taking, I believe gold has been manipulated since the 1970s. And you've seen hints of how they manipulate it.
By whom?
By the system that profits from having the dollar be the U.S. supreme currency. And there's an entire ecosystem of people that don't want to see gold go up because A, it's the canary in the coal mine. It tells you that all things are not well in the economy, or all things are not well in your currency. So a tremendous number of people profited, like for decades, made trillions of dollars by making gold the enemy. And because the gold is telling you something. When people switch to gold, they're telling you
so
they've
they want to
lost
make
trust.
it the enemy, but they're buying it.
Well, so here's the thing. They want to buy it. Do you see the U.S. selling any of its 8,100 tons of gold? No. Do you see any of the European countries selling any of their more than 8,000 tons of gold collectively? No. You see every country on the planet outside of the G7 now buying it like crazy. The difference is they don't want you to own it, you the individual.
Okay.
Because if you decide that you no longer trust the local currency and you want gold instead, that means there's something wrong with the system and everything kind of falls apart.
And a way to not get people to own it is not educating people on gold. And we're going to get in there of mainstream's avoidance of talking